everyone, it's Susie, and I have a fun journal I want to share with you. I have been wanting to do the kind of sloppy, grungy, messy journal. I just love that style, but I don't do it very often, and when it seems like when I do the Tim Holtz and the Botanicals, I'm able to really do a messy job. I don't know why, but anyway, I had fun with this. This here journal is pretty good size. I couldn't even get it all in frame for the height that I have my camera. Let's see, it is a 9 1/4, or just a little over, by 5 1/2. And the inside pages are just a little smaller because what I did is I wanted to do a different binding on this. So I've got some eyelets here, and I have tied the signature in with some sari silk, but the signature is also tied with the wax thread. It is bound, and then it is kind of just set in with this. I know that probably don't make any sense, but I'll show you. But anyway, so this was really fun. This here is a file folder, and I'm sure it's a vintage file folder. I actually picked these up at a yard sale, or garage sale, oh, so long ago, because that's what I do. I buy stuff and I put it away, and then maybe 6 months to a year later, I will pull it out and finally make purpose for it. But anyway, it's one of these that have these, the little wire tab, what do you want to call them things, holders in them. But anyway, this is what I used. It's just the old vintage, and it looked like a man that was in his probably 70s, late 70s, early 80s, and him and his wife had just kind of cleaned out the garage or something. So I'm sure they're vintage, but I don't know that for sure. But anyway, so this was really fun. I know this is some vintage little trim here that I've copy dyed. And I've got, last time I did a video, I was going to show you these cute little doilies that I can't make myself glue to the journals yet. Sharon had made me. And anyway, I have the big ones in the shop, but here are the little ones that I was wanting to show you. This is a very soft pink is what this one is. And then she made one with the little, like the natural flowers on it, and it would be beautiful on a binding or something, but I can't make myself glue it yet. So I'll probably have to hang on to them for just a little while longer. I just can't make myself do that. But I've got the bigger ones in the shop, that are just the bigger sized ones. And then I bought some of these bottles here, and anyway, when I bought them, they came in a really big pack, and so I am going to put some of these in the shop because I will never use this many bottles that I have. And the caps are random, so if you purchase one, you might get a yellow cap or an orange cap or a black cap or a white cap, but anyway, it'll just be a random cap. But I am putting some of these little bottles. Now all they have is this. They don't have the stainless steel pins to go in them. But anyway, I'm going to have a few of these little bottles in the shop. When they're gone, unless, they do really well and I get some more. But there is that I wanted to show you. And I also picked up some of these little linen. They're not really canvas. They're like I think on the label it said cotton. I picked up quite a few of these little drawstring bags. They're really cute. Be cute for a little journal or something to go in. These are like a 4 by maybe 5 3/4, I think is the size of this. And then I've got a tinier one that's, I think it's 3 1/2 by 4, which would be really cute for a little journal or something. And anyway, or even a pocket in a, that would be cute, a pocket in your journal. But anyway, so I have a few of these in the shop I picked up that I'm going to have listed in the shop. Kind of wanted to share that. And then also I've picked up some of these Manila library pockets. Now I have some in there already, and they're a lighter shade, a very light shade. And as a matter of fact, I think I used some in here. No, I used these in here. They're a lighter shade. But the ones I have in the shop now that are the lighter shade are self-adhesive. But because I don't know how old they are, when I used them, I went ahead and added extra sticky. But these are not self-adhesive. These are just manila pockets, and they're fun. I've used them in here. So those are going in the shop. It's just some of the things I wanted to share with you before I get into the journal. But this journal was so fun. I coffee stained this fabric, and I don't know if the camera will pick up, but it is stained. It has little stain places on it. It's not real bright, not real bad, but you can see where it's been stained. And then these letters here I actually printed off of Nick the Booksmith's Etsy. They're the random words and numbers or something like that. So I bought her download on those and used those in here. Of course, Tim Holtz, and I used the paper dolls as well in here. Used some vintage buttons and some vintage trim, like I said, that I copy stained. And then here is the folder. So anyway, I love the brown. I didn't do a lot to it. I inked it up a little bit, but not much. And of course, here is the stamp Oxford and the stock number. I left that there. I didn't cover it up. I thought that was fun. Here is that pocket. Now, I did not put anything in that pocket, but there is a pocket. Here is the definition. This is also from Nick's random words and numbers and anyway, that download, but it says bookish and it's got the definition. Now here's what I meant by I have the journal bound. It is literally bound. I mean, it's not going to come apart. I did bind it, but the only thing I did was I tied it in, if I can find the center here. So what I have done is I've tied it in with the sari silk, but it is bound. If you take this out, I mean, when you take it out, it is bound. It is not all loose and all the pages are going to fall out. So, okay, so let's get into the journal. This is so fun, this journal is. I've done some collaging here. And, of course, you still have plenty of room for journaling, but I actually took more spaces than I usually do when I collage. I usually leave a lot of room still yet for journaling, but this one I did kind of get overboard with my collaging and things. This is the masking paper I've just collaged, and some vintage trims and the little Tim Holtz birds from his little botanical package there. And then here this here is actually some washi. I got that on Ali Express. I think Sagita was showing where she had purchased some of this from AliExpress. It's really cute. That's just some flowers, and I put it on some music paper and then collaged it with some masking paper. But anyway, Sagita was showing that on some of her journals where she had purchased that, and I think there was several ladies commenting, you know, what's it called? It was called washi paper, I believe. But anyway, sticky paper or something. But anyway, if I can find that link in one of her videos, I will link that in the description. Now, if I can't find it, it won't be there. But if you'll just go to AliExpress and on their homepage just start scrolling, you'll find that washi tape or paper. You'll find it. That's how I actually found it the second time. Here is just some glassine graph paper. This is the Classici, I believe. And then here is, of course, some collage, and there's some of that fabric there, and of course the Tim Holtz butterflies. Here is some more of that washi, and you can see the flowers. It's very sticky. I mean, it's very sticky. And then I've used just some book page. It's got some of the botanicals on it. And then just this is an old book page, an old advertisement page, and I just did some collaging on it. This is something else I have in the shop now, are these larger tags. They're kind of fun. I coffee stained those. Here I've just used some vintage trim, stuck some more of those numbers, and then here's just coffee dyed glassine, and I did some collaging with the paper dolls. This is an advertisement out of that old book that I have. I just simply scanned it and copied it, and there's some journaling for the back. This is Columbia Records. Right here you can see the old Victorola. I don't know what the date was on that magazine or that old book that I had, but anyway, these are some of the flips that I made just not too long ago. I shared them on Instagram and Sophie's notes. It's just a flip. I've used the Tim Holtz. Oh, maybe I don't have the. I might have made this one just for the book. I don't know if I did make this one and share it. I think I made this one just for the book. I think I still had 2 blank ones, and I just made them for the book. And I just used some vintage. Some vintage. I don't know. It was probably a doily or something, or a table runner. I got that off of. And then here are some more of those random. I've actually cut the tabs is what I did. I cut and made some tabs from my leftovers on my folder. And then this says August the 4th, 1792, and that's from Nick the Booksmith's random download there, random words. And there is a bird out of that washi. And then just some masking paper that I have went and crinkled or ruffled, and then I used gesso in the background, and I tore the pages. So this is just a really messy kind of journal. These are my favorite, actually. I just really enjoy the messiness of this. And then, so I just used some, this is some vintage seam binding here in this really dark green. And then I just have one of the birds. This was a printable from somewhere. I cannot remember where I got it from. And then I took some washi, not washi, but masking paper and some of that glassine graph, and just collaged it there, almost like a little tab hang over there. There's some washi there. And then here I've got some more of that trim and fabric, and then all I did was just make a little tiny spot for journaling here, or maybe some little tiny pictures. Oh, and I'm working on something that I've got to show you girls. It is so cute, and I may just make a video on it here when I get done with this and upload it at another time, but it is so fun. That's of my grandson, some photos I had of my grandson, and the Daphne's Diary that puts out their calendar every year, or their planner every year. I actually was able to buy one at our Barnes & Noble in December. I always miss it. Didn't even know they sold it, but I must just never get there in time to purchase one. But this year I did, and so next year I will know to go a little earlier to try to catch that. But anyway, I will do a video on how I'm doing that Daphne's planner, and it is so fun. I'm going to try to keep it up all year. That is my hardest thing, is to keep up something like that, but I'm going to make myself do it this year with Oliver's pictures. So here I've just used a little washi, and I've got 2 of them in this journal, and I'm not going to undo both of them, but I thought that was a fun writing space, and then I just took the washi and just held it down. One thing about washi, as long as you don't stick it real hard down or pull it too hard, you'll rip your stuff. The other one I've got, I won't open it. But here's a little raggedy. I actually had made this a few months ago and just had them set in when I was playing around with the raggeties. I love the back. You could kind of journal here with something, or journal here. You could have several different journaling things going on, different dates even. think would be fun. And then it's just the raggedy with the vintage laces and things, so vintage stamps. And then of course here is the center, and like I said, all I have done was just tied that in with sari, and then this book is bound. If you pull it out, it's completely bound. So here is another flip that I have made, and actually this is from one of the ladies on Sophie's notes. This is from Holly. She sent me, I was trying to incorporate some of that ephemera. She sent me so many wonderful things. I have just so enjoyed going through that box. I've been through it so many times, but I did pull these out and decided to get them in this journal. And anyway, just so much fun. There's some kind of food coupons. But she's from Canada, and thank you, Holly, if you're watching. I really appreciate that. Happy mail. And then there is the flip, there's the back, and then I just put it on the bottom, which would be okay if you had it going the other way. You could hang it from the top. And then here is another, this is just one of the damask bags here. And then here is that other masking paper, and I've just kind of done it with washi there to hold it closed. And just did some ruffling with the sari silk. There's another one of the tabs that I've sewed on. This is January 19th, 1809. This may be a top secret journal, guys. Top secret file here. And then, if I can get this out of here, I made this one a little shorter than I did the other. This one's got a couple little pages, but it's another little journaling, just another little journaling spot. And then, of course, I did the collaging with the Tim Holtz butterflies there. This is another one of those larger little merchant's tags there. Did some collaging with that sari silk even. And then here's some more of the masking, that washi, and some of that washi sticker paper. Another little just journaling. I actually just made that a little pocket there. There's some more of that vintage trim. And then there's that book page. Now I don't know if this is vintage or not. I mean, it's older. It might be considered vintage. It might be in the 80s or something there that this book is from. And I bought a huge book today at the antique store. That's a Botanical. That's gorgeous. Oh, it's huge, and I think I only gave like $2 for it. So I was pretty ecstatic about that find today. And then here is just a little journaling paper. This is some Bo Bunny collage paper. It looks like a tissue paper. And I have just put it on there. This is actually the Tim Holtz. This looks like the Tim Holtz's paper that he has. He's used that. So, and then I've just used some of that fabric there. And then here is a library card, another one of the little bird printables. Another raggedy here. There's the back. These raggedies are so fun. And this is the same thing. I made this quite some time ago. And these are some, the stamps I've used is from Dawn over at Sophie's Notes. She got a whole bunch of stamps at a sale or something, and she sent me some of those, and I'm so thankful. I love using them stamps. They're vintage as well. Here's another one of the file folder tabs here, and it's April the 9th, 1821. And then there's another one of the Columbia Records. And then this is the Tiffany and Company. This is also off of a vintage book that I have. And it has a big old coffee stain. And this is a true coffee stain that was on that, actually on that inside cover page that somebody spilt on that book. And then here is just some more collaging and some more of those numbers there. And some more collaging there. Love those Tim Holtz paper dolls. And this here, I just kind of was trying to make this a little sturdier after I put that collage on, and that is actually why I put that there. Here is another little pocket, and this is just a little glassine I actually had tore the top off of it, and it's just a little bag there, a little torn glassine bag with a little Tim Holtz piece there, and there's some of that Botanical there. And then here is some more collaging. I actually got these. Now this is some more, these I ordered from, I believe it's Veruluski. I'm not sure how you pronounce her, out of Finland. But I bought some of these from her. And this glassine paper I purchased from there too. And then here is the back. And of course and here is the binding. You can see that binding for the journal. And then another little pocket there that you can fill with photos or something. Would be really fun. And I did put some washi there right on that bin so that it would be nice and sturdy. And I did it here too, so that it would be nice and sturdy and not start falling apart or anything. So anyway, guys, here's my journal. This is so fun. I hope that you enjoyed that. This was really a fun journal to make. And anyway, guys, have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video.